The other day we ended up getting a new update for World War II in which we ended up seeing the introduction of Operation Shamrock and Awe, the introduction of new content such as new camos, charms, reticles, new weapons of course, new uniforms, all kinds of cool stuff within collections and supply drops, and on top of all that we didn't just get cosmetics, we ended up getting Shipment 1944, which by the way is free for everybody starting tomorrow, so keep your eyes out on that. This weekend's gonna be an awesome time to grind that out if you guys are interested. Really super fun game mode and map to play on within World War II. They did a great job of recreating it and it's just as hectic as you do remember. You also have the Leprechauns Hunt playlist in which it's a bunch of different game modes thrown into one, so you can end up playing but with a twist of having a leprechaun that allows you to get your score streaks instantly. All in all, the update was really good and added a lot of fun to World War II. I've actually seen a lot of positivity here coming out of this update from a lot of different locations, and it's really awesome to see actually. I am really happy that we end up seeing this resurgence of World War II, and maybe it's just something small in the grand scheme of things. Maybe it reverts back, but for the time being, I'm happy with what was added in and what was changed around within World War II. But today, I want to talk to you guys about 9 things that you might have missed. Maybe some stuff that went unnoticed to you. Maybe you did notice some of them, but some things that weren't really addressed all that much out of the big hype for the update and things that people caught on to immediately. Some things are much more smaller, but were changes to the game that you might notice when you take a look at them a little bit deeper. Some things being additions, some things being glitches, some things just being straight up changes to some things that we've known how they work since launch. So that said, let's just jump right into it. The first thing I want to address is one that actually I am super excited about and one that honestly makes this worth it going for it daily, but your daily social score orders have actually been changed. If you go to Major Howard's and you take a look at the daily and weekly orders, not only we'll see some cool stuff in terms of right now, there's the handler variant for the M1928 for 100 suppressed SMG kills. That's something you can get for the weekly, but you'll see that the daily orders have changed a little bit as well, to which the social score daily orders no longer rewards you only 25 social score per completion. They now instead grant you 250 social score. So while in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really seem like all that big of a change, it really is, because you can now breeze through your social score ranks a little bit faster, because even if you just take 250 social score for one order and you directly compare that to what you were able to get previously, you are ranking up 10 times faster than that of if you would complete every single day of your social score previously when it was only 25 social score. So that's a huge change and something that honestly I am really looking forward to, and I am ready to grind out my social score a little bit faster now. So definitely huge thumbs up on that one, and a thank you to Sledgehammer, because that is absolutely massive. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is the camo updates, because you might have noticed this a little bit for yourselves, but the camos were actually buffed with this most recent update to not only add in camos, but to change them as well. For the most part, the majority of the base challenges for, say, headshots and one-shot medals weren't changed about all that much, but the upper tier ones, your bronze, gold, and chrome camos, those ones did actually get a little bit of a buff to not only cover a little bit more of the weapon, but to be a little bit more prominent on that weapon. So it's really kind of hard to describe, but if you take a look at them before and after, you can definitely see that there was a little bit more sheen, there's a little bit more intensity to the camos, and overall I think that this is much needed. Personally, I don't have chrome yet, but I'm definitely going to be going for it after this update because it actually doesn't look half bad now. So previously a lot of people thought it just was not worth it to go for it. The weapon didn't look good with chrome on it, but I think now it doesn't look half bad. And talking about camos, well, the third thing that I want to mention is actually one that's kind of cool. If you guys remember, there was back a couple of weeks ago and a couple of months since launch, there was an issue with some camos loading on some weapons, to which if you were to take a look at them and inspect them, it would actually just be a matte black finish on that. So the camo would simply just be black and nothing else. It wouldn't represent the camo you actually selected. That was something that was going on for quite some time, and well, Sledgehammer ended up finally fixing that issue, but in homage to what a lot of people really enjoyed as a favorable glitch, they actually added it in as the pitch camo in World War II. So if you guys take a look at the Operation Overlord camos that you now have as an option to select, if you end up getting it out of supply drops, you can take a look at it for yourself, but the pitch camo is this matte black glitched camo. So a glitch making it in as a permanent feature, kind of interesting, but very cool nonetheless. Number 4 here, well, the memes are going to return after this one, because if you go and play a little bit of War, not Operation Intercept, but any of the other War maps that we had previously, you might notice that the announcer glitch is back. So the B is retreating, keep firing, there's a bomb planted on our ammo supply. Those sort of things are now back in. Honestly, I didn't mind this so much. It kind of sucked that it blew out your eardrums every so often, but to me it just seemed more funny than anything else whenever it happened. But that's something that has returned inadvertently as a result of this most recent update. Probably gonna be fixed out once again, and so it'll be gone within a week or so, but just wanted to let you guys know about that one because I thought that was quite funny that people thought they finally saw the end of that and it somehow creeped its way back in. Next thing up on the list here actually deals a little bit with the Emblem Gallery because I actually didn't know this up until I saw a little bit of some confusion over on Reddit, to which I checked it out and it was right. If you guys end up going over to the Emblem editor and the Emblem station in the headquarters, you can no longer download emblems for yourselves. You can still view the top 50 and everything, but you can't actually download and save them, and therefore the sharing aspect is kind of only half there. You can upload yours, but you can't download anybody else's, and of course the top 50 are still not the greatest system, I don't think, just because once you break into that top 50, you're essentially not going anywhere, and half of them are just country flags at this point. So it's not anything in which we see some insane works of art really compared to what was there previously, although some people would probably argue that none of them were really good beforehand, but regardless, you can't download them at this point in time. So if you had one that you wanted your eye on and you wanted to download for yourselves, unfortunately, that's not the case right now. The next one was, again, another bug that I found kind of interesting, and really, I don't know why it changed like this, but it did. If you end up trying to use a care package either in-game or in the score streak training, you'll notice one thing if you end up liking to use a little tip that helps it fall a little bit faster. Previously, if you were to shoot the parachute, it would break the parachute and allow the drop to fall instantly from there, pretty much shaving off just about a half second or so of the drop time. It really wasn't all that much when you broke it down and actually did the numbers for it, but still it offered a little bit of an advantage too if you did not shoot it. But now after this update, if you end up shooting the parachute of the care package, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't break the parachute and it continues to fall at its normal pace, which once again slows down the entire overall pace of getting your streak, which in a game situation can be critical. So weird that it doesn't do this anymore, and I don't know why it would do this, but again, probably just a smaller little bug here that's going to be fixed out and buffed out in the coming days to weeks. But just want to let you guys know of this before you jumped into a game and were wondering why it wasn't working. The next change here up on this list is something that you might not care about, but some might actually greatly care about it because it deals with the green star for the new icon in terms of anything in your game. Previously, it was assumed it was a bug, but you could end up going through, scrolling through, seeing all your calling cards, all your emblems, anything that really had that new icon next to it. You could scroll past everything and then back out and it would still be there. So it was a very big annoyance for some people, as small of a detail as it may be, and many people may just overlook it, but it was something that was essentially stuck there in limbo and you couldn't get rid of it. However, with this most recent update, if you end up trying to go out and clear out all your calling cards, all your emblems, whatever it may be, it all goes away. It actually works now as what it should. And that's something that I'm super excited for because honestly, I gave up on trying to clear that out a while ago whenever that was a bug, but now hearing that it was fixed, I went through and man, it feels so much cleaner. Again, it's a very small detail in the grand scheme of things, but I am so much happier now that this is gone. Second to last thing here up on this, once again, is a very small and minute detail, but one that you might notice because I like to inspect everything on my weapons whenever I'm throwing them on, but the weapon inspect in collections as well as in your create a class now goes a full 360 degrees, whereas previously it would stop you whenever you got to about to seeing the weapon at its full face. You could never really go the complete way around, but now it's a swivel with ease sort of situation. And honestly, it caught me by surprise at one point because I was going to look, and then as soon as whenever I pushed my thumb over all the way expecting some resistance, it didn't give me any, and well, that's how I saw this change for myself. So again, very small and minute, but if you guys like to take a look at what, say, a camo or maybe a charm looks like on a weapon whenever it's equipped, this is now a probably better way to do it. You can see the full 360 view of the weapon, not just one small sliver of the weapon model. The final thing we're gonna be talking about here today deals a little bit with the Quartermaster and some of the things that he has to offer, but also a little bit of the drop rate overall, because a lot of people go to the Quartermaster to get those collections for supply drops so that they can chip away at collections, they can chip away at armory credits by stockpiling those, all sorts of good stuff. But you'll notice that not only does the Quartermaster now offer a Sten contract as well as what was a heroic uniform bribe as of previously, but instead of having 4 rare supply drop options, it's now 2, 2, and 2. 2 XP contracts, 2 rare supply drops, and now the change up of 2 regular supply drops. Common drops, not rare by any means. So interesting that they changed it up here, but it's all to do with the new loot drop rates that were adjusted with this update as well, because Sledgehammer came right out and said that they knew the drop rates were pretty bad, so they were going to be adjusting them across the board. So if you open up supply drops now compared to last week, well, by that logic, chances are you have a better chance at getting something you actually want, and having opened about 15 to 20 supply drops yesterday, I actually got a decent yield out of those drops, surprisingly. Whereas 2-3 weeks ago, whenever Resistance ended, I ended up opening 75 drops and about 60 of them were all duplicates. So definitely nice to see a change up here of this one, but that's the reasoning why it was changed up to 2, 2, and 2 in the Quartermaster, because seemingly whatever you end up getting, you're seemingly going to have a better chance compared to what you did last week before this was changed up. So rare supply drop or common supply drop or not, you should have better luck regardless, so therefore it's offered in a little bit of a different format. So with that said, that's going to conclude the list of 9 things that changed that you probably didn't know about or may have known about but really didn't pay too much attention to, however you want to look at it. But again, hopefully this was insightful, because again, a lot of this stuff I thought was kind of cool. I didn't really think about at first until I actually literally dove deep into the menus and all sorts of stuff on what was actually changed that I actually had to go and look for. So this kind of stuff was very fascinating to me. I always love taking a look at these things after updates, those sort of hidden things that people don't really necessarily notice, and hopefully you guys find that interesting as well. But that said, that's where we're gonna wrap it up. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Is there something that you guys found that maybe we didn't address here in this video, or you don't see too much chatter about in terms of updates and changes to the game? Whatever it may be, feel free to let me know down there in the comment section down below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding Call of Duty World War II. Anything regarding best class setups, tips, tricks, news, information, updates, all that good stuff, we got you covered here up on the channel. So if any of it interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that's the best place to get connected with me outside of YouTube. Practically live on Twitter, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. And also, if you guys want to follow me over on Instagram, I'm trying to get a little more active over there as well, so that link is also in the description below. But all that said and out of the way, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and peace.